Hey everybody, thanks for joining. Well, this is it. We're coming to the final days of the HeroQuest HasLab campaign that is now currently live on HasbroPulse.com. Throughout the campaign, we have received many questions from you, and we know that you have been patiently waiting for our response. So we are going to rapid fire our way through the questions we can answer. Before we get into it, let me introduce the crew. We have the OP Barbarian, Brian.
Thanks, Patrick.
And the Wandering Monster, Doug.
Hey everyone.
And I'm the resident spell slinger, Patrick. All right, with that, let's get into your questions. I think I have the first one here. Any chance of an app that can act as Zargon so all of us forever game masters can have a chance to play?
Great question. As we know, this technology didn't exist when this game first came out, but if enough people, show a demand for this, we'll definitely start to consider how to make this happen.
During the PulseCon presentation, it was stated that the mythic tier included 28 additional quests. Was this a mistake?
Yeah, the total of those two expansions is 20 quests. Good catch. All right, next question. What are your plans for the new expansions to carry on the legacy that is HeroQuest? Will you release a modern reprint for the rest of the original expansions?
Well, do you want more? Tell us which expansions you are looking for by tweeting at HeroQuest on Twitter. We'll do our best to figure out what is possible to make and then get it to you. Thanks to you, your support, and the interest, we now have no plans of stopping, and we're currently deciding what we want to tackle next.
Will there be opposite gender figures for the unlocked additional stretch heroes?
Glad you're excited by that. Although we don't have any plans at this time, just let us know if this is something that you're interested in.
All right, I'll take the next one. Will the HeroQuest game system still have the blank map so you can make your own scenarios?
Yeah. The power to make your own quests is an important part of HeroQuest. It's kind of core to our identity.
Are the miniatures detachable from their bases?
Short and simple is no, they're not detachable from their bases. Next question. If the stretch goals aren't met before the deadline, will the extras be purchasable separately from the main campaign?
Well, it's not in the current plan to do anything with the stretch goals after the campaign ends, so if you want them, now's the time to show it. Next question.
Will the minis be sprue cast?
Actually, no assembly is going to be required. The HeroQuest miniatures will come pre-assembled.
You mentioned that there are only minor changes to the US rules. Can you tell us about some of those minor changes?
I can. This is kind of a little bit of a longer answer, but we're clarifying some of the rules
I'll
where
sit back
needed.
and listen.
For example, thanks. For example, in the U.S., when Zargon was placing monsters, it kind of references line of sight. So we're clarifying to Zargon they should place like monsters behind other monsters. For example, I saw that as a frequently asked question in the community. That would be like a good example of something we're just going to add a little bit more clarity to here.
Can multiple players buy the same item, or is it limited to the actual cards?
Great question. Multiple players can buy the same item. We're going to include some duplicate cards of popular equipment, helmet, shield, longsword, and crossbow for those players who prefer to have cards right in front of them.
Will the miniatures be the softer, flexible type of plastic?
Great question. We have an example here from the factory. I think you're going to love it. The detail on it is great. I think you'll find that it's hard enough to retain its shape and not bend or sag on its own. However, if you apply force to it, it will move a little, right? So if I, put force here, it'll wiggle. But otherwise, it's a nice hard plastic.
Next question. What's in the treasure deck?
Well, it's the same 24 cards that's in the US version of the treasure deck. Next question. Are the purchasable equipments the same as the original North American release, or has anything else been added?
We've made some addition to the armory. There you will find the hand axe, holy water, bracers, and potion of speed. We're also including a few new artifact cards from our stretch goal quest books to your artifact deck.
Will there be character art on the spell card backs?
Yes, the character art is on the new hero spell cards, but with the new standard card size, you now have the option to use protective sleeves on all your HeroQuest cards. How tall are the miniatures on average?
The target has been about 30 millimeters from foot to eye level on your average character, but it's going to vary depending on miniature size, character size.
Well, that's our time. I'd like to thank all of you for your support so far. And please, if you haven't contributed to the campaign yet and you want to, now's the time. Head over to HasbroPulse.com and join the party. It all ends on November 6th at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. Let's work together to get those mythic tier backers Joe's Quest and that awesome dragon, which will only happen if we reach $4 million. And we will see you on the next quest.